A very good morning to all the dear students and welcome to Online Teaching Learning Program 2020-2021. In the last history session, we discussed question and answers from same chapter, that is chapter number 1 of Political Science. In that session, we discussed question and answers from question number 1 to question number 5. In today's session, we shall discuss question and answers beginning from question number 6. But before we proceed with today's session, I request you all to be ready with your history workbook and your history textbook to write down the answers. I hope you all are ready with your study material. So let us begin with workbook exercise. Question number 6. Write short notes on first one, consequences of globalization. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 63 of your history textbook. You are expected to write the answer point-wise. Answer point number 1. The boundaries between the nations did not remain sacrosanct as they were before. Point number 2. Economies of different countries got linked with each other. Point 3. Trade increased. Point number 4. Economic unification grew. Point 5. Plenty of products became available in the market. Point 6. The gap between the poor and rich countries did not reduce. Point 7. The benefits of free trade did not reach the poor nations. So these are the consequences of globalization. Let us proceed further. Question number 2. Contribution of the non-alignment movement. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 61 and 62 of your history textbook, or you all can refer to page number 99 of your history workbook. Answer point number 1. The non-aligned movement has opposed colonialism, imperialism and racism. Point 2. It has encouraged and supported peaceful resolution of international disputes. Point number 3. The non-aligned movement is based on eternal principles of humanism, global peace and equality. Point 4. It has inspired the less developed countries to come together and put forth the problems of poor, undeveloped countries firmly. Point 5. It has made a demand of a new international economic order, that is NIEO. Point 6. It has taken a firm stand on disarmament and fostering human rights. Point 7. It has brought several streams of economic and social changes into international politics. Point 8. It gave confidence to developing countries to assert themselves with self-respect in international politics. Let us proceed further. Question 3. Disarmament. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 61 of your history textbook, or you all can refer page number 98 of your history workbook. Answer. The superpowers started producing destructive weapons on a large scale to outsmart each other. However, they realized that the arms race endangered world peace. This realization led to efforts in the direction of arms and disarmament. Let us proceed further. Question number 7. Answer the following questions. First, describe international system. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 57 of your history textbook, or you all can refer to page number 97 of your history workbook. Answer. Point number 1. Exchange and interaction takes place among the nations in the world. They enter into treaties with one another. Point number 2. This system of interdependence of the sovereign states is called international system. Question 2. Write about the First World War. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 97 of your history workbook. Answer. Point number 1. The First World War was fought from 1914 to 1918 between the Allied powers and the Central powers. Allied powers included countries like Britain, France, Russia, Italy, and America, whereas Central powers included countries like Germany, Austria-Hungary, Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria. Point number 2. At that time, Europe was at the center of the international and global system. Point number 3. The war caused tremendous loss of life and property in Europe. Point number 4. The economies of the victorious as well as vanquished had collapsed. Let us proceed further. Question number 3. Write about the Second World War. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 98 of your history workbook. Answer. Point number 1. The Second World War was fought from 1939 to 1945 between the Allied powers and the Axis powers. Allied powers included countries like Britain, France, Canada, New Zealand, India, Soviet Union, China, and America, whereas Axis powers included countries like Germany, Japan, and Italy. Point number 2. The Second World War was more destructive than the First World War. It was more widespread than the First World War, and more advanced technology was used in this war. Point number 3. America played a major role in the Second World War. It dropped two nuclear bombs on Japan in Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end the war. Point number 4. The war ended with the defeat of Germany and Japan. Let us proceed further. Question number 4 and 5 is an assignment question for you all. I'll read out the question. The Second World War was fought between 1939 and 1945. What events were unfolding in India during this period? Question number 5. What was the effect of Second World War on India? So these are the two assignment questions that you need to write in your workbook. Let us proceed further. Question number 6. Elaborate the factors that gave rise to the Cold War after the Second World War. For the answer, you all can refer to page number 60 of your history textbook, or you can refer to page number 98 of your history workbook. Answer. Point number 1. America was already a superpower. The Soviet Union also tried to become one by making nuclear weapons and by increasing its military might. Point number 2. The struggle for power, arms race, differences in ideologies, attitudes of checkmating each other by strategies and counter-strategies gave rise to the Cold War. Question 7. What were the factors responsible for the end of the Cold War? For the answer, you all can refer to page number 62 of your history textbook, or you all can refer to page number 99 of your history workbook. Answer. The Cold War came to an end in 1991 due to the following reasons. Point number 1. The Soviet Union adopted the policy of opening up the economy and losing control over the economy. Point 2. Mikhail Gorbachev, the then president of the Soviet Union, implemented the policies of perestroika, that is restructuring, and glasnost, that is openness. Due to these policies, the control over the media was reduced and political and economic spheres were restructured. This gave an impetus to democracy. Point 3. The countries in East Europe overthrew dictatorial regimes and adopted capitalism and democracy. Point 4. The Soviet Union disintegrated and several new nations emerged out of it. Russia was the biggest country. Let us proceed further. Question number 8. What are the major changes that occurred in the global politics after the end of the Cold War? For the answer, you all can refer to page number 63 of your history textbook, or you all can refer to page number 99 of your history workbook. The following changes came about in world politics after the end of the Cold War. Point number 1. America remained the only superpower in world politics. Point 2. A conducive atmosphere for the growth in trade and economic relations between and among nations prevailed. Point 3. There was free flow of capital, labor, market, technology, and information and ideas throughout the world. Point 4. As all nations of the world decided to give priority to trade relations, the idea of giving aid was replaced by efforts to establish economic relations. Point 5. The description of opposing nations changed from enemy nations to rival nation. Point 6. The United Nations now has to take concrete steps to maintain global peace and security. Point 7. The issues like environmental protection, fostering of human rights, gender equality, and management of natural calamities have acquired a global dimension. Question number 8, first two questions are again an assignment for you all. What is your opinion? Question number 1, is there any correlation between the advances in technology and world peace? So you need to write down whether there is any correlation between technological advancement and world peace, and how can technology be used for human welfare? So these are the two questions for which you are supposed to write the answer as an assignment. Let us proceed further. Question number 3. What measures should the League of Nations have taken to avoid the outbreak of the Second World War? Answer. Point number 1. League of Nations should have organized a military wing with the help of member nations to keep a check over the aggressors like Germany and Japan. Point 2. League should have reconsidered implementation of harsh term of treaties imposed on the losers to avoid the revengeful policies of dictators like Adolf Hitler. Question number 4. Non-alignment was necessary during the Cold War. Point number 1. In the period of the Cold War, while the world was becoming bipolar, there were some countries which did not want to join the superpower rivalry. Point 2. Such nations decided to stay out of the Cold War rivalry. Their policy is known as non-alignment. Point 3. Non-alignment was an important movement during the Cold War. Point 4. The Asian and African countries which became independent after the Second World War supported the idea of non-alignment. Question number 5. Which countries can come up as superpowers as competitors to America in the present times? So here this question is an assignment for you all. You need to write down the countries that you feel can come up as a superpower as a competitor to America in today's present time. Question number 9 is an assignment for you all where you need to compare the First World War and the Second World War with the help of the following points. So the points are given below. There are total 4 points given. On the basis of these points, you need to compare between these two between First World War and Second World War. The very first point is period. So here you need to write down from which period till which period First World War existed, and from which period the Second World War began and which year it ended. Then you need to write down the countries who were a part of First World War and the countries who were a part of Second World War. Point number 3 is impact, wherein you need to write what impact it had on the politics and the economy of the country or the countries who were involved in the First World War and who were involved in the Second World War. And the last point is what international organizations came to be established or came up after the World War. Okay, so in this way you need to compare between these two wars on the basis of these 4 given points. Question number 10, point out the differences between the USA, that is America, and USSR, that is Soviet Union. So let us differentiate. USA was democratic state advocating capitalism, whereas Soviet Union advocated socialism and a one-party authoritarian. Point number 2, America wanted to spread capitalism. Point number 2, USSR wanted to spread socialism. Point number 3, West European joined the bloc led by America. Point number 3, East European joined the bloc led by Soviet Union. Point number 4, America was already a superpower. USSR, point number 4, USSR tried to become superpower. USA, point number 5, NATO was a military organization under dominance of America. 5th point, under Soviet Union, Warsaw Pact was a military organization under the dominance of Soviet Union. Let us proceed further. So in today's session we discuss question and answers, workbook question and answers from question number 6 to the last question, that is question number 10. I hope you all complete your workbook exercise. In the next session we shall be having objective type of test based on chapter number 1 of history. So be prepared for it. Thank you.